My son Jordan just got home from being overseas for the last 2 years. He's going to be stationed here near home, and he's been dying to get a set of wheels. And so in this video, we're going to show you what he bought and what the plan is for it. Stay tuned. Welcome to TrailRecon. I'm Brad, and this is my son Jordan, who just got home from being overseas in the Navy for the last 2 years. Man, it is so good to have you home.
So good to be back.
Yeah, so he was in Okinawa, Japan, and over there as a junior sailor, you're not allowed to have your driver's license.
Nope, can't have a card, can't really do anything.
No off-roading, nothing.
No off-roading.
No, so you've been dying to come home so you could get your own vehicle and start hitting the trails again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you have been doing what over the last couple months?
Just sending you Craigslist ads of Jeeps.
Yeah.
Nonstop.
Yeah.
Just looking at them.
Just texting me. I know you've been back there just, oh, I want this one. I want this one. What do you think about this one? And so you've really been thinking about this a lot. And I think now 4 days home, we've got a Jeep in the garage. It's got your name on the title. That's pretty awesome. We're going to talk about that in this video. We're just going to do a full walk around, show you what he got, and then what he wants to do with this Jeep. And let me emphasize, this is your Jeep. You get to choose everything we're doing on this. This is not influenced by, well, maybe a little influence,
just
but
a little bit.
But really, this is your build, right? Okay. But I want to say thank you, first of all, because we're even having this conversation because of something you did 5+ years ago. Could you ever imagine when the first time we went off-road and you were filming that video on your phone that TrailRecon was going to become this thing?
No, not at all.
No, you're to blame for most of this. I mean, because it was after that very first video that we started like, oh, let's keep filming this, let's figure this out. And so, yeah, who would imagine that?
Yeah, just some stupid little iPhone video.
Yeah. Well, it turned out pretty good, and so far we've figured out some things along the way. So that's been a lot of fun. Okay. Now I have a couple questions for you before we start showing these guys what we got. Well, let's do this. Let's tell them what we got. What did you get?
2006 TJ Rubicon Flame Red.
Flame Red.
Yep.
Now, why a Jeep?
That's a tough question because I know maybe like 6 months ago when I was telling you what I wanted, I was looking at like full-size pickup trucks like the Dodge Ram, thinking I could put like a tent on the back. But the places that those can't fit, that a Jeep can, and the aftermarket support that Jeeps have that those don't, it just made more sense to get a Jeep. Yeah.
So we love all kinds of vehicles. We just keep gravitating more closely to the Jeep, right? So this is an awesome platform to start a build on. Now, look, we've already kind of sent out some pictures on Instagram, teasing this a little bit. A lot of people thought initially that it was an LJ.
Nope.
We were thinking about getting an LJ.
Yeah, we looked at a few.
Why did we get a TJ and not an LJ?
So the LJs that we looked at definitely weren't as clean as this. They were all sports, so they didn't have the Dana 44s, the lockers. So this just made more sense. And 80,000 miles, super clean.
Yeah, you're giving away too much. It's super clean and it's only got 80,000 miles. Yeah, so we looked at 3 LJs. So we drove all the way up 3 hours from here, and we were actually probably gonna buy an LJ. I think that was kind of the idea.
Yeah, that's why we went up there.
Yeah, and so there was a lifted LJ, but when we started getting deep into it, it just, I don't know. There was a lot of questions about why was it missing this and why isn't this look right?
It just wasn't very clean.
Wasn't very
dirty.
clean. Yeah, and so then there was a stock one that was really reasonably priced, like 11,000 bucks. But it wasn't as nice as this one.
Not at all.
And then when he was backing it out to let us test drive, what did we notice?
Some weird noises coming from it.
Yeah, there was something going on with the steering and suspension, and we were like, that's not really the foundation we want to start with.
Not at all.
And then there was the black one, the black LJ, same price as this, which, how much did we pay for this one?
Around 16,000.
Around 16,000, but it wasn't a Rubicon. And you wanted your Rubicon because?
Just the axles, lockers, really.
Yeah, and then I think a couple of the other little things that we'll show you guys were probably some big selling points for you, right?
Definitely.
But this is a super clean Jeep, and we got a lot in store for it. First thing first, though, let's take these guys, walk around it, and then maybe in the next video we'll go off-road it stock because you got to learn how to drive it just as it is, right?
Yep.
Okay, all right, let's walk you around, guys, and show you what we got. All right, let's start with the front of the Jeep. There are some things about this that you want to change, and you already mentioned it, like as we were at the dealership, like I could see the wheels turning about things that you want to modify on here. But it is really clean up here, all bone stock except for the LED headlights, right?
Yep.
What do you want to do up to the front here? Talk us through it.
Well, right off the bat, I want to get rid of those plastic end caps.
Okay.
I just think it'd be a cleaner look without them.
Yeah, but you got to save these. I mean, this that stock genuine stuff. You never know if you want to. So don't get rid of those, but we'll pull them off, make it a little more aggressive, and give you a little more clearance when we're going through the rocks, right? Okay.
Definitely the fog lights. Definitely want to do something about those. Maybe get some LEDs up there.
Yeah, these are definitely some old stock halogens, right? So definitely something that's a little brighter, but
yeah, those aren't bright at all.
No, not at all. What else?
The turn signals and the side markers. And probably get like a clear lens or maybe like a tinted smoked look.
Okay,
so,
just something a little more modern. Okay. What about the bumper? You want to? I mean, we're not going to keep the bumper at all, right?
No, probably gonna get rid of it. Maybe get like a stubby bumper that can hold a winch. Maybe some like D-ring mounts.
Yeah, a winch has got to be one of the first upgrades that we do, right? So we can recover, because we're gonna take this thing off road as it is, but let's not get stuck. But if we do get stuck, we'll have a winch. But I think one important thing that I think is important for this entire build, and it's going to be something that's got to be on our minds often, is the weight, right? It's a 2-door. It's we'll talk about the motor, but it's a 2-door, and we want to make sure that we're not weighing this thing down with too much weight. We're going to add some stuff. It's going to add weight. That's going to happen, but I think we got to really pay attention if there's an aluminum bumper option or a smaller bumper option. The grill up here is clean, super clean, right? But you did want to do something else up here.
Yeah, I just want to paint these chrome like headlight bezels. Just paint them black. I've seen other people do it. It looks really clean.
Yeah.
So.
You know what I always say, chrome don't get you home. So I'm not a big fan of chrome. So cool. I think it's a clean front end, but I think you can make it a little nicer. Now, the one big thing that we didn't notice right away because it was raining, and actually the reason we're filming in here today is because it's been raining over and over. We were planning on doing this up on a mountain somewhere, but instead we're in the garage filming this. But the whole Jeep hood was wet, and we didn't notice all this clear coat peeling until after we had been walking around for like, oh, look at that. So that's a lot of clear coat's gone up here, right?
Yeah.
So what are you thinking?
Probably just get someone to sand it down and repaint it factory color. So
yeah, I think definitely getting a professional to do this. I've seen some videos where people try to restore this in their garage and whatever, but it just never turns out right. I think paying to get somebody to do this professionally would be nice because the rest of the paint on the Jeep
it's really nice,
super clean. It needs a good little waxing and maybe a little detailing, but it's super clean. But the hood is the only part. Probably the only part of this entire Jeep that really needs attention, right?
Yeah, that was the only downside to it.
Yeah, the only downside. So the hood will be getting done here soon. All right, what do you say we pop the hood and show these guys what's under it?
Sounds good.
All right, so you already gave it away, but this is the 4-liter motor with how many miles on it?
80,000.
80,000 miles. That's not even broken in yet when you talk about this motor because the XJ has, how many miles does that have?
222.
And Devon's WJ is over 200,000. And those motors are still running strong. This one is super clean. And you start it up and it just idles so smooth.
Smooth as butter.
Smooth as butter. I mean, it is a really, really nice and clean motor. And we drove it down from Burbank. We were doing 75 on the freeway. No problems.
No, not at all.
None at all. It ran really smooth. Now, we got the automatic transmission, right?
Nope.
Nope. What did you get?
6-speed manual.
6-speed manual, guys. So he got the man pedal. Now look, when we went searching for Jeeps, there were a few things on your list that you insisted on having. You didn't insist, but you were like leaning towards. One was an automatic, right?
Yep.
But you saw this. Why did you just settle on the manual?
Everything else about it was perfect and what I wanted, so
yeah,
wasn't going to say no.
Yeah. So now you've been driving around.
Yep.
What do you think?
I like it. It's actually a lot of fun.
A lot of fun, right?
Yeah.
That 6-speed manual is really smooth. It's really nice. I taught you how to drive a stick a long time ago, but it wasn't like you did it for a long time, but you knew how to do it. Haven't stalled it yet.
No, not yet.
No, but we did smell clutch when the first time we went out. The clutch was smelling
just
pretty
a little
good.
bit.
A little bit, but that's all right. It'll be fun learning how to drive, and I'm sure Marco will help you out a little bit if you have some ideas and suggestions. So a great motor. This thing is going to run for a long, long time as long as you do some good maintenance on it. I think one of the first things we need to do is definitely go through here and just oil change, transfer case oil, all the general maintenance, because we don't know when it was done last. So we'll just do some of that stuff. So, yep, got a good motor foundation in this little guy. All right, I know we got big plans down here. Let's start with the wheels and tires. These rims are pretty nice, but they're not staying?
Nope, not staying.
What's the plan?
I want to get some 17-inch rims. Definitely want to go bronze.
Bronze, that'll be cool. It seems to be a new fad, but I think it'll look really good with the red. Now, what about for rubber? What are you thinking? These are a 31.5-inch tires, so a pretty good sized tire.
Yeah, not bad.
But not big enough.
Nope.
What are you doing?
I want to get a 35.
35, that'll be nice. I think 35 is really, for a daily driver, off-roader, I think that is the perfect size. But look, when we throw 35-inch tires on here, thankfully we've got the Dana 44 axles with the Rubicon, but we got to get some extra clearance. So I know you've already been doing your homework. What's the plan?
I want to get a 4-inch suspension lift with a 1-inch body lift.
All right, nice. Well, that will bring it up quite a bit. And there's a couple things, though, we need to consider when we do that. What do we got to do?
The Driveshaft Angles, so slip yoke eliminator, new drive shafts.
Yeah, that'll be nice. Beefier drive shafts anyway, with the heavier tiles will be important, but yeah, we got to make sure that angle sits right so you don't get a bunch of vibration when you're going down the road. But boy, that's going to look nice. It'll give you lots of clearance, lots of capability. Now, what else we got to do to make this a little more off-road capable? I know there's quite a few things on your list.
Yeah, I want to do the belly up skid plate or the tummy tuck.
Okay, what does that mean?
So the transfer case on the TJs kind of hangs down pretty low.
Yeah.
So they make a kit where if you get a 1-inch body lift, you can tuck it up.
Yeah.
So you get like another inch or two of clearance. So that'd be nice.
Yeah, that'll be nice. I was actually surprised on how far that sticks down. So to push that thing up a little bit will be nice. What else you got planned?
Definitely put some armor underneath, especially on the gas tank.
Okay.
That'd be nice because it's hanging pretty low in the back.
Yeah. And then now there's a little bit of armor on the side, but you want to do a little bit more?
Yeah, probably get a rock slider just in case.
Okay. I think that's all a great ideas. You know, just want to make sure you protect this thing. I think, you know, taking a good look underneath the Jeep, I don't think it's been off-roaded much. There's maybe some hints of some scrapes and scratches here, but I think overall this has probably spent most of its time on the street. But boy, I'll tell you what, 35s, 5 inches of lift, boy, it's going to look nice.
I know, I can't wait.
All right, a few things to talk about back here, but first, how about that NASA sticker? Is that staying on there?
Definitely not staying. I already tried to take that off.
No, okay, well, that's from the previous owner, but that leads me into one thing that's important to talk about is the Carfax on this was super clean, and how many owners were there?
3 owners.
3 owners. So 3 owners took really good care of this Jeep and only put 80,000 miles on it. That's pretty nice. All right, let's start from the top and work our way down. A soft top was not really like on the top of your list, no pun intended. You wanted a hard top. How do you feel about the soft top?
I actually don't mind it. It's definitely loud.
Yeah, it's louder on the freeway.
But it's nice just being able to flip it back, take it off, and then the doors.
Yeah, so you got half doors, and I remember you very specifically saying, I want full-size doors. We got half doors.
We did get half doors.
So what's the deal?
So I didn't like the zip-up windows. The like plastic windows that are like this.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. It's not really clear to see out of. And these ones, they're sliding glass.
Right.
So that's a lot more convenient, just sliding it like open.
Yeah, well, and being in the military, you got to go on and off base, and so you have to show your ID card all the time, and so yeah, to be able to slide it open, not have to worry about a zipper or whatever.
Yeah.
But I will say, when we were driving back, one thing I noticed I actually didn't like was you can't like hang your arm out the window, right?
Yeah.
So that'll just take some getting used to. But I agree. I think the sliding glass is better than the zipper style. Okay, what about in the rear here? We already talked about going 35-inch tires. What are you going to do about all this back here?
I'm definitely going to get some type of bumper, maybe bumper with the tire carrier to fit that 35 on the back.
Okay.
Still, again, trying to save weight.
Yeah. It's important though because these hinges will not hold up long term with a 35-inch tire. The weight of that tire will deteriorate those hinges over a while. Plus we got to do something with that brake light, right?
Yeah, maybe do something in the rear tire like you did on your JK.
Okay, all right. What else you got planned for back here?
Some LED tail lights, just modernize it, make it a little bit safer because they're brighter. So.
Okay, well, nice. Well, I think it'll look good back here with a bigger tire and a nice clean bumper. But there's some stuff we're going to do on the inside of the Jeep. Why don't we hop in there and talk about that?
Sounds good.
All right, you're no short man. You're
Nope.
6'4". You don't have much headroom in here, do you?
I have a lot of
A
headroom.
lot more than I expected. How is it being in here?
I thought sitting in the JK, this would be a lot smaller just because, you know, it's tiny compared next to it.
Yeah.
But it actually feels like there might be more room.
Yeah, it actually has quite a bit of room. I'm surprised and very comfortable. It was not bad on that 3-hour trip on the way home. Now, There was one thing that you said, whether it had it or not, it was the first thing on the list, and this has got it. What do you like about this Jeep inside?
Has an amazing sound system.
It really does, right? This Pioneer system, it's a double din. It's totally clean the way they did this install. What's all of this it's got on there?
It has like Apple CarPlay, Bluetooth, Spotify. You can like navigation, see your text messages. It's fancy.
And then there's a backup camera.
Backup camera, the subwoofer.
Subwoofer down there, and you got some nice speakers.
Yeah, kicker speakers all around, and the amplifier down there.
Yeah, you were rocking out in here pretty hard. Yeah, perfect for a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Well, anyway, this entire interior is it's just pristine. I mean, I think the only thing maybe the floor mats probably need to be replaced. But what are you thinking?
Probably some rubber floor mats.
Rubber floor mats. I think that's a good way to go. I think that's the best option. And then the back. Now, what's the plan for back there?
We're going to rip the seat out.
You're going to rip the seat out?
Yep, gone.
No, you don't need any passengers back there, huh?
Nope, don't need it.
No plans for getting married and have kids back there?
Not anytime soon.
Okay, so what are we going to do back there?
Probably put like a fridge, maybe build like a platform, some storage compartments.
Okay, we're going to build?
Yep, build.
So do-it-yourself project?
Yep, maybe just some plywood, some carpet.
Okay, maybe we can film that for these guys. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that'd be fun.
That'd be a totally cool project. Well, awesome. Well, look, I think for a two-door, for a single man, I think this is perfect, and you're going to make the most out of this. And this stereo system is awesome. So I like it in here. Much better than I thought.
Yeah, it's really nice.
All right, is it fair to say this is not a rock crawler build?
Not a rock crawler build.
Is it an overland build?
Not so much an overland build.
All right, what are we calling it?
Probably like a weekend warrior type thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
why?
I want to hit some moderate trails, nothing too extreme. Definitely venture out, go on some adventures to some like remote locations and just camp out there.
Okay, well, I think that'll be awesome. That's perfect. And you know, if you hit an obstacle that's kind of tough, this thing's going to be super capable to get through it. Yeah,
definitely.
Okay, now look, what you're going to do some things to the exterior here. What do we got?
So I want to do a roof rack. I'm thinking an exoskeleton, kind of like a goby rack.
Okay.
There's some lights up there, and a rooftop tent.
Rooftop tent. That'll be nice. Nice little creature comforts. You don't see too many two-doors, let alone two-door TJs with a rooftop tent, so that'll be pretty unique.
Yeah, especially at the Adventure Expo last weekend.
Yeah.
It was all 4 doors.
Yeah, right, exactly. So that'll be cool. Well, awesome. Well, look, you have an amazing foundation for this build. And I think it's important for everybody to know that this Jeep really doesn't need anything. It's ready to go right now. We could throw a backpack and tent and sleeping bag and just go. But you've been thinking about this for a long time, about building this and having your own project. And so I'm excited to see you work on this. And I'm excited to have you home, buddy. It's awesome that you're home now, to be able to hit the trail with you, go do some camping. And oh, by the way, I'm going to put you to work behind the camera. So stay tuned for that.
Can't wait.
Hey guys, we're going to make sure we share all kinds of cool stuff that we're going to be doing with the TJ coming up. So I hope you have enjoyed checking this out with us. And if you're visiting TrailRecon for the first time, hit that subscribe button. Love to have you as a member of the TrailRecon team. Thanks for watching.